O te au heke rawa ko tuhira ki ngā pai maunga e tū tonu nei. Kua witi te awa e rere atu ki te tai o Akaroa, ko tēnei a tārewa, ko tēnei a e rakehu, ti he mauri ora. Just as Rā Kaihautū once fashioned and forged these landscapes and seascapes for the sustenance of his descendants, the changing climate means we too must now fashion and forge new ways of interacting with our whenua and our moana to ensure the sustenance of future generations. Te Kore a Te Ko is a hapu-led climate change adaptation program. It leans on the lessons of our tīpuna and reaches into our very origin stories, inspired by our past with our gaze firmly fixed on the future, for us and our children after us. Mō tātou a mokauri a muri ake nei.
Like most places around the world, Akaroa Habour is going to be impacted by climate change, clearly sea level rise, saltwater intrusion into the groundwater table. The big aspiration is to have a harbour that's abundant in mahinga kai. But we do know we've got massive challenges ahead, with ocean warming, with acidification. All of these things are going to be impacting enormously on mahinga kai and on taonga species. Ko Dewi Tika Taku Ingoa. I am leading the climate change adaptation program for Ōnuku Rūnanga, Te Kori a Te Ko. So it started in 2014 when Ōnuku developed their strategic plan, which is really centred on building a mahinga kai cultural park. And it was identified that we needed a management plan for the harbour. We wanted climate change adaptation planning to be centred on whānau wellbeing and hauora and resilience, supporting whānau to have marakai in their own homes and to learn to plant when and how. We're at Ōnuku Marae, located on the eastern side of Akaroa Habour. Today we're going to be holding our second wānanga, focus on thinking about the next steps in climate change, adaptation and planning. We are going to be hearing from climate change experts, ecologists, scientists, giving us a bit of an insight into how climate change is going to impact on our coastal ecosystems. We're bringing together experts within their professions, with whānau who have a lot of local knowledge, a lot of mātauranga Māori, and also our rangatahi who see things often quite differently.
I've been really wanting to kind of do more with my Rūnanga, be more involved, especially with the climate. It's really inspiring to see a group of everybody in sort of the community getting together and really taking action. It gives me hope for sort of future rangatahi.
Obviously, a big part of this whole kaupapa is embracing the ki te ao Māori values. Obviously, manaakitanga and kaitiakitanga are huge aspects of that, and that is really involves coming together, but also making sure that we're taking responsibility of our own actions as well.
I think Māori and Indigenous practices, mātauranga Māori, are a big thing to help lead and guide and steer climate change adaptation, but we can't do it alone.
I think education is everything, and to have multi-groups come together, it's like a super group.
It's a harbour, it's a kai. That's where all our kaimoana comes from, and we like our kaimoana. And to see it depleting the way it is very sad.
The best thing we can do for our rangatahi now is to make sure we use the data so they can see that, oh heck, that's helped us understand more about our mahinga kai, what's happening in our harbour, or it's helped us with where we think those wetlands might best be placed.
We're going to be monitoring 4 streams within the harbour using mātauranga Māori monitoring. What we're going to do there is to gather data from each one of those streams over time, and that's going to help to paint a picture. But it's actually also about getting your rangatahi, particularly in our tamariki, to engage with these stream systems, to feel like they've got a sense of ownership. What a key part of what we're wanting to achieve is large-scale restoration work. Our main partners to date have been Te Rūnanga o Ngāi Tahu and Environment Canterbury have been incredibly supportive. EOS Ecology have also been partnering with us through the Wai Connection Fund. Also, Christchurch City Council have recently come on board.
For a small marae to take the lead and think about a 200-year plan for their whenua and moana is phenomenal. All of us should be absolutely inspired by the work that is going on here.
One of the projects we've instigated is the revegetation planting of Takapuniki Reserve. At Matariki, we held a public planting day and we had an incredible turnout. There was about 70 people that came, both whānau and local community people.
We planted about 1,500 trees. They've all been grown in the council nursery, and the seed collected some years ago from local reserves around this region. Most of the ones planted are fire resilient natives. So they are species that have been tested and are shown to burn far less aggressively than other native species.
I don't think what we're doing here is anything new or anything innovative because our people always did this. What we're doing is returning to it.
I love that we are at one of the most exciting parts of this journey to be in, to create the meaningful change that we do today. It also means that we get to create for the future.
What I would say to other communities who want to start the process of climate change planning is just start the conversation. Start the conversation with your whānau, start the conversation with your neighbours, just start.